This is Dr. Hale Pringle, and this is part of a 4-video set of how to move a full funnel that was created just using Aweber's landing pages and campaigns and lists. Move it from one account to another account, maybe multiple other accounts. So this section is downloading the pages and the edits that you need to do on those pages. Because there are 2 or 3 things that Aweber blanks out, and you need to fill them back in with what's going to be, in some cases, different information, which is why Aweber blanked them out in the first place. So let's get on with downloading the pages and editing them and getting them ready to be part of our funnel.
Okay, now we're going to go through importing a landing page. Here are the steps. I'm going to walk through them, and then I'll go show you live. There are some things in the document that I'll point out that are extra, but I'm not going to go through all of those in this video. So the first thing we're going to do is open Aweber. Make sure that the correct list is active. Then we're going to open a new tab, and whoever's created the funnel is going to give you the link to a page, and you want to open that page in this second tab. Now when you scroll down and scroll down and scroll down, in the very bottom right corner there's the words copy, a few spaces and a question mark. We're going to click on that. That's what will transfer the page to your open Aweber account, which is why we had to open it first, and we needed to get to the right list so that Aweber would know what list to put this page into. We didn't need to open landing pages yet, but we did need to be in the right list. So once we've clicked on that and we've downloaded it, then we're going to go to the left menu in our account, and it's going to say pages and forms. We click that. It opens up a submenu or some pieces underneath it. We pick landing pages. You will see your new landing page out there with the words copy of on the beginning. Double click the title, that name, and we're going to go inside and we're going to do 3 edits. First, I get rid of that copy of in the title. Then there's a name that we can put on the page. It defaults to a long string of garbage letters and numbers, but we can put landing page or live good or whatever we want to make. This will become part of the URL. If you're hosting it on Aweber, they're going to have your account name and then aweb.pages, which is a website, and then slash this word that's your word or several words. They will add dashes if you don't, so that it means something and it isn't a long string of garbage. The last thing we're going to do is go to the form section of the document, and the form is where people enter their email address and press submit. Now that little section has got a lot of code buried in it, so it's a special thing. Invalid, it'll come up with the invalid email, email required, name required if you have a name field and it is required. Number of these kind of things in there that it's all taken care of in this one little, and you don't have to worry about it at all, but it's all buried in this one section of code called a form. And the thing we do want to do is, where do we send the people after they've successfully submitted their email address and their name and whatever else is required? If you don't put anything there, it will end up with an ugly little page that says you're successfully subscribed. We usually want to send them to our thank you page, or maybe put our affiliate link there to go to sign up for something, which is what I'm going to do here. Now there would be 2 sets of these. One is if they've never subscribed before, and the other one is where do we send them if they're already subscribed. Now, in our case, I don't care if they want to try and subscribe 5 times. Aweber is going to make sure they're in the list only once. Maybe they looked at it before and decided not to sign up. Something happened, they were busy, and now they want to come back and they do want to sign up. Well, I'm quite happy to let them do that. If the page happens to be for a lead magnet and they want to download the lead magnet again 6 months later because they remember it kind of sort of, but they can't find it and they want to read it again, I'm quite happy for them to get my lead magnet and see my links again. So those two things we're going to make exactly the same. We're going to then click down at the bottom, save and exit, and there's a place where we publish the page. And so until we publish, people will not be able to see the changes we just made. So let's go see if we can do some of this live. Okay, I'm in Aweber, and the proper list has been selected. So I'm going to go down, and where it says Pages and Forms, when I click on that, and I'm going to make the screen a little larger. So Pages and Forms, underneath that is Landing Pages. So when I click on that, it shows me my landing pages. I don't have any landing pages yet, which is fine. Now we're going to go get the landing page. All right, this is the page. I've opened up a new tab. I put the URL in, and here's the page. Now we're going to scroll down. We're going to scroll down. We're going to scroll down. At the very bottom, there's where it says copy. We hit the copy, and it thinks for a little bit. And it comes back and says, that it's done. And there we have the page in our landing page area. If I double click on this, we got 3 small edits to do, and then we'll be done. So I want to double click on it to make it go into the editor. And the first thing I'm going to do, is make the screen a little larger. Up here, where it says copy of, I'm going to get rid of that. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to show you something. It's covered in more detail in the document. I have this code LG2 dash, and then LP for landing page. By putting this code on the beginning of each page that's part of the funnel, they have added a search function, so I can go in and search for LG2 dash and the landing page, the thank you page, the download page, the details, whatever, all the pages that have to do with this funnel will show up in the search together. Aweber reorders the list every time you edit a page. It goes to the top. So it's very easy to end up with 30 thank you pages, and you have no idea which landing pages they go to. So that code will cure that. So enough of that. We want page up here to be all by itself. If it says page-row, for example, if I click on here, now the stuff we're editing belongs to the row, and I don't want that. I want the page. So the first thing we do is under these two are tabs. We're going to go down and look to see if there's anything there that bothers us. The background is something you can change. So if you wanted to make your own. So let's go over to settings. Now, these are all sub areas. The first one, the one we need to change is, this is where I said the name. And we just kind of ignore all of this, except there's one field right here where we're going to put the name is. And I'm just going to put Live Good there. and we'll see that show up in a few minutes. So that's all we're going to do there. I'll mention page copying. It's just where you want to turn it on or turn it off. You would probably want to keep yours off. Social sharing, this is what people will see when they go into, if you post this in Facebook. Pretty important, because Facebook, if you don't fill this in, they will go read the page and try and find out what they think is the best. And a lot of times they're very wrong. So now we need to go find the form. Now this particular page does not have the form. If you look all up and down it, you won't find a place to put their email. That's because it has a pop-up. So I'm going to click on this button. And over here now it says pop-up. So it says now and there are some tabs here. I found them pretty hard to find when I first was looking at this. This is a tab. When we click on that, there's our form. Now we need to click on the form someplace, because what we want over here is not the pop-up stuff. We want the form material. And in that form, under the submission, this is where we're going to change it from simple to custom URL. We're going to put a link in. This is where we're going to send them. Then we're going to do the same thing again. And like I said, the two options are simple and custom URL. It will default to simple, which is just that ugly little page. So we have two places that we've put in the URL where we want the people to go. That's all we have to really do, except save and exit. We've now exited, and the landing page is there, but it isn't finished yet, because if we scroll over it, it'll say unpublished. And there's a little menu out here, and that they've got, the little tool tips. Until we publish something, the changes we've made won't show. People won't see them. So you can go back and edit something 10 or 12, 15 times until you really like it before you release it out to the public again. So it comes back and says, hey, you want to put this out on Facebook? And I really don't. But you can see the copy of is gone. And here's the name that we will give people. And it has Live Good on the end of the name, and there's the little copy function. So at this point, we have copied the page into our funnel, edited it, and we're done with it. As I said, there's some more discussion in the document, but this is it for right now. You guys have a great day. Oh, Hale, yes.